live here from Rockingham Speedway in North Carolina. This is the Fast Lane 200. Drivers of the Laser Sim Racing AMSOIL Truck Series. That's an interesting sight. Tonight is race number 3 of the season. And what a wild couple weeks that we have had. Starting off Daytona, Oscar Enriquez taking home the win in a one-and-done start for him. And then regular Andrew Elias with a great performance last week. Las Vegas to get his first win and become the 25th different winner in the history of the AMSOIL Truck Series. I'm Joshua Carpenter. I'm joined by someone different tonight, Draper Burns. Draper, how you doing?
Doing good. Back at the booth twice in a row here. Starting to get a little comfortable with it. I got Rockingham Trucks was just a combination that just kind of feels right. As growing up with around the 2011 eras, 2010, kind of when I started watching NASCAR, and that's around the time they brought back the trucks to Rockingham. So this car track combo just feels right. It's an interesting race we might have. Sometimes Rockingham can prove to be a crash fest, and other times you can get some long runs and turn out to be tire saving. Be the key.
Yeah, last season it was all about tire saving. We had a pretty decent run at the end going, and I'm going to get it out of the way early. 42 machine was fast. I found something that would work to get around this track, and I'd hook up really well in the corners. I was approaching Cameron Caldwell, and he jokingly said he was not going to let me by. And then he ended up bouncing off the wall off turn 2. We made contact, completely destroyed my race. I knew he was kidding about not going to let me by. I knew that was a joke, but I was pretty angry. And we talked after the race, and I mean, I didn't ruin any friendship. I know he didn't mean to, but it was tough. And, it just happens Cameron Caldwell actually is going to be our racing reporter tonight. So, Caldwell, he had a pretty good finish here last season. I don't exactly remember where he finished. I didn't really care either at the end of the race last season. But I do believe he got in the top 5. Now, this season has been a little bit of a struggle for him. He was doing decent to start off at Daytona, and then had an issue, a mechanical issue, or that's what he wants you to believe, at least. That took him out of the race, and then last week there was snow everywhere, it seemed like, and lots of people were out of power here in Michigan. I know Cameron had no power in Oregon. I don't know about you. You had power up there, Pacific Northwest yourself, Draper. But so yeah, that's why Cam couldn't race last week, is because he had no power at all with the snowstorms that hit the state of Oregon.
Yeah, we're southern part of Oregon. We're a little more used to snow. So I didn't have any troubles. However, in between, I was coming back from a real-life race, Lucky Dog, with at Laguna Seca. And most of the teams, or a lot of the teams, I don't know if it's most of them, but a lot of the teams there were based in Portland. And they had a nightmare getting back up to Portland because there was snow and ice just north of Eugene. And it completely shut down the freeway for about 2 days, I think. So it was not, we got some major weather in Oregon for sure. Thankfully I wasn't affected, but certainly some weather.
Yeah, and I don't really know about much of the rest of the country, but I know Michigan got a lot of snow. I did not lose any power. Alex Skurfan, who near Detroit, he lost power. His power came back on before the race, so Skurfan actually was able to race last week in Las Vegas. But a lot of snow coming down, and you know, the funny thing is, for Michigan this upcoming week is supposed to be in the 40s, and I'll take that after what we've had in single digits the last couple of weeks. Currently,
Yeah, we got some warmed up weather here in the south part of Oregon, so looking nice and sunny today. Looking nice and sunny in Rockingham right now.
well, there's not much sun out anymore in Michigan, but yeah, nice and sunny in Rockingham. In sim date is May 15th. It is almost 1 o'clock in sim time, 7 minutes till. Actually make that 6 minutes and 4 seconds. Track temp, though, this is the one to pay attention to. Track temp is 122 degrees Fahrenheit. It is hot, it is slick, and I've heard drivers complaining about it already.
Yeah, that is gonna eat up those tires. I mean, that is quite the temperature. You're gonna see a lot of guys sliding, a lot of guys searching for grip too, looking up and down the banking there, try to find the best line.
So one of the cool things about iRacing is they have special events, and one of the special events iRacing does, in case you're not familiar, is the 24 Hours of Daytona, which is a real life race, of course, Rolex 24, which is next weekend. I am super pumped about that, as I am actually going to that race. It's 1 week from today, and it'll be my first time ever going to a sports car race. Be my first time seeing a race at Daytona. I've been to Daytona. I've been to the track before. I've never seen a race there, and I'm pumped. But Draper, you have a team that's participating right now. Brad Bennett had a team that started participating in yesterday's session. Their session is already over and is done. And I'm not sure where Brett Bennett's team finished, but I've been told not to show the clip. I said I was going to show it. I don't have the clip to show. But what I am going to say is Brett Bennett was in the car, and he was coming off pit road, did a 180, backed it up on the exit of pit road, and you can just tip the pit barrels there. But backed it up on the exit of pit road, did a 90-degree turn to try to then do another 90-degree turn to get out, but instead he had to Austin Powers it, do a 3-point turn to get the car straight to exit off pit road. Watching the replay, he's pretty lucky nobody else is trying to come off pit road. But
in fairness to him, that pit road is weird because you're not expecting to have even the opportunity to lose the car while you're still on the pit lane speed limiter.
Oh, yeah.
So it's easy to do. I'd give him a pass on that.
It is easy to do. I just want to say I've done it practicing and stuff. I've never embarrassed myself in a race like that, though. I did not participate in the 24 this year. I wanted to, but I'm just not a very good road racer, and I haven't done any practice. Currently, I don't have have my wheel and pedals set up. My sim chair broke, and I know I've got an idea of what I'm going to do. I just haven't been able to get it put together because I've not been racing or needing to race anytime. But I actually have a race coming up on Monday. We introduced a new series to JCTV, which is going to be TNR, Total Nonstop Racing. And I'm looking forward to that so much. It's going to be another truck league, much like this one. And the season kicks off Monday night at Atlanta for a doubleheader. Dawson Allen will be on call for that one. And should be a lot of fun. So I'll have my wheel and pedals ready for that event. But you know what? We have just over a minute and a half left in practice. Traver, I'm going to ask you, who is your pick to win the Fastlane 200 here at Rockingham?
Well, we saw him win last night on JCTV. It has to be Jonathan Parker. He had a slow, methodical work through the field at Chicago last night, and so far he is second in practice right now. Just a patient driver that just kind of, takes what's given to him, and he's usually got the speed to take it himself anyway. So I'm gonna go with Jonathan Parker.
The thing about Jonathan Parker is he is a part-time driver. And he has said that in all the races he is doing this season, he is going to start in the back. So he's currently second in practice. We know he has some speed. But he's going to be starting shotgun on the field and have to climb his way up. Oh, my! He just got packed by Jared Wilson. But that's going to be pretty interesting to look out for. As far as
I didn't know that before picking him, but that still doesn't change my pick.
I'm actually going to go with Alonso Chicano. Alonso is super good at... what is going on with Matt Steiner? He is on his side in Brett Bennett's pit box. Anyway, Alonso Chicano is super good at these interesting tracks that are shorter. This one just under a mile, and I think this kind of suits his style. So I'm going to go with Alonso Chicano, currently 5th in practice. Just watch for that number 25 machine throughout the night.
All right, qualifying starting right up here. Conditions are still about the same as we saw in practice.
First one out on track is going to be Nathan Fuller. One in a higher lane. 1 and 2, actually kind of in the middle there. This track, I think, is going to be very high lane tonight. One's going to stay on the bottom. I'm going to be trying to save tires, but watch for most of the pack to be up high. As 24.535 is his first lap.
It's really easy to get loose on that bottom, so the top line is much more stable, but of course that eats up your right front a little more.
And if you saw our race last night at Chicagoland, I think it's going to kind of be about the same with that one, where the high line will get you good runs off exit, but the bottom line is where to be to save the tire. Fuller P4 currently is Cameron Caldwell, top of the board.
Looking at Josh Arnold here, puts in a lap in P5. He had a good run last night as well.
Yeah, finishing 3rd. 24.469, so does not improve on his second lap, but he is still 6th place.
Kano coming across the line here. Let's see if he improves. No, does not improve. A few guys still have yet to set laps here.
Justin Rand went off 4. Currently P18, 24.789, gonna spin it, hit the tire barrels hard. Jason DiDona. Donna. I don't know how I'm pronouncing that.
Yeah, one of those is probably right.
Nathan Lehman got across the line. His first lap, 24.664. P16 for the 33. Loose there. Improvement. P15 for Lehman. Looking back at the number 97, Jason DiDonna. 24.867. P24. So he had not crossed the line. He was able to reset, pull off pit road, and go back out for another attempt at it.
Oh, to Noel on track here, coming across the line to start his lap. He's running all the way down to that bottom. Oh, he's going to get loose. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. That bottom can really bite you coming off corner exit.
That does it for qualifying. Jared Wilson with Poland. How about Andrew Elias? 2 weeks in a row. Be on the front row. As go ahead and look at the starting grid presented by Martin PC. So as mentioned, Jared Wilson, Andrew Elias on the front row. Cameron Caldwell going to start this race in 3rd. Alex Kerfan in 4th. David Duran will start 5th. Kyle Reuter is outside at 6th. Alonso Chicano will start 7th. And Josh Arnold starting in 8th. 9th, Dominic Lee. Brad Bennett starting in 10th.
11th, you have William Kemp. Kyle Aitman starts 12th. Nathan Fuller, 13th. Cody McCorkle, 14th. Jonathan Canfield, 15th. Nathan Lehman starts 16th. Stephen Thornton in 17th. 00 Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, also one of my favorite names on JCTV, starting 18th. Tyler Watermullen in the Dr. Pepper truck, 19th. And Ryan Bogey rounds out top 20.
Jacob Lockley are going to start 21st. Jason DiDonna starting 22nd. Jamie Wright, 23rd. Justin Duran, 24th. 25th, Jonathan Parker. I'm going to guess he's going to ask for an EOL and be further back than Michael Walls, 26th. 27th, Christopher Melton. Brayton Laster, yes, the ARCA driver. Brayton Laster, 28th. 29th, Matt Steiner. Dawson Allen, former pole winner here in a different league, starting at 30th.
And rounding out the top 35, 31st, we have Brandon Hinton. Zachary Wareham, 32nd. Harold Tucker, the 3rd, in 33rd. Dakota Knoll, 34th. And Adam Kuhn brings up the rear of the field tonight.
So that does it for our starting lineup, presented by RPC. 35 drivers. Battle for 200 laps. Go ahead, Traver.
By the way, Jonathan Parker was given an EOL as soon as the grid opened.
I'm not surprised. It's going to be pretty fun.
Also, once that qualifying session finished, Brett Bennett came over the radio and said he was disappointed and wanted to see how much Jonathan Parker would beat the field by in qualifying.
I don't know. I think it might be worth it to qualify just for pit box.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so I think this truck will do one more lap here. And no, it's not. It's coming in. Inside the restart zone. Green flag is out. We're underway. What a restart from that outside line. It's Andrew Elias. He's ahead. Curve fan, though, going to pull to the inside. Curve fan, Elias still side by side at the line. It's going to be Elias leading the first lap. They are still side by side for the race lead. It's Elias. Now clear of curve fan. Oh, he gets loose! Elias down onto the apron. Curve fan on the outside now. Elias backing out of it. Curve fan and Wilson will get clear. He gets in a line behind or between Wilson and Caldwell.
And everyone is on the bottom if they are not side by side with someone right now.
Another really good short track racer, Kyle Ritter, making an appearance tonight. Oh, we've got a wreck. Seat 89, Jamie Wright. See what happened. Wright and Locklear side by side. Wright come up. Bit of contact, I think. Right around.
Yeah, that turn 2 exit is by far the trickiest part of this track because that wall just comes up on you a little bit. And it looks like, yeah, a little bit of netcode there. But it certainly looked like Jamie Wright thought he was clear, or he just didn't realize how far down the track Locklear was. Which he wasn't that far down to begin with, but yeah, that not sure if he just tried to clear himself or if he didn't realize how far up the track he already was.
Now, I want to point out something, just for funsies. Tyler Watermelon. Last time that the Green Bay Packers played the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs, Tyler Watermelon was on cloud 9 because he won a race by only leading one lap, which was at Talladega Season 1, I believe. Might have been Season 2. Right here in the BSR AMSOIL Truck Series. And he was so happy. His Pepsi machine won the race. And after the race was over, he learned that the Green Bay Packers lost to the 49ers. And he was pretty upset because he's a Green Bay Packer fan. Now, guess who plays tonight? in the playoffs against each other. Saturday night football. It is. The Packers and the 49ers. And Tyler Watermelon, he's not in a Pepsi scheme. He's in a Dr. Pepper scheme. So I think Dr. Pepper might slow him down. If he had Pepsi, he might be a little bit faster. But little tidbit there. Be interesting to see if he can get up there and challenge for a win. Just for the 49ers to stomp on those Packers again.
You have a spectacular memory. Just little housekeeping here, I guess. Michael Walls disconnected before the coming to the grid there, and reconnected. However, we have yet to see him on track, so I'm not sure what's going on with him.
I do have a very, very good memory. I have been very blessed with memory of an elephant, as they say. But I actually don't specifically remember that very well. To just be able to point it out, it's something that was actually talked about pretty recently within these guys. So, but Tyler Watermelon actually only had led one lap his entire BSR career up until Daytona just a few weeks ago, where he was able to lead quite a few laps. If your one career lap led can be one that matters, you don't lead another lap for a long time. At least it was one that got you a race win.
Yeah. Another little update on connection problems. Michael Walls got dropped again from the server, as well as David Duran got dropped.
Green flag back out. Great start from Kerpan. Elias was able to time it pretty good as well. Got cleared. Jared Wilson slid in front of the nose of Chicano a little bit. Hey, Josh Arnold. This is one that we typically see at the end of runs running up front, but he's inside the top 5.
That should make the rest of the top 5 shaking their boots a bit. He's got the speed on the early run, and he's supposed to be better on the late run. I'd look out for him.
He also, I think, one thing I've noticed about Josh Arnold is not only is he really good at long runs, he also seems to be good at tracks that are unique, like Darlington, Rockingham. Tracks like that, we're seeing here. Top 5 already. Josh Arnold very well could be a factor.
Not a single side-by-side battle in the top 10 here. Looks like everyone's just content to stay on that bottom and save that right front right now.
Jonathan Parker side by side with Dawson Allen. Parker is 19th.
And it's a multi-group track, so you can definitely pass around here. It's all just depending on how much tire you have on the end of the run.
Parker side by side with Jacob Locklear.
And one thing that's unique about this track is that you can get a better run off of the bottom than some guys on the top. Especially coming off of turn 4. So that's the best opportunity to pass for sure.
Dawson Allen got loose. He's still loose, and somebody's going to go around. That is going to be Dakota Knoll in the 55. We are still, well, we were. And the caution comes out. there is one driver that cannot catch a break. It is somebody that, unfortunately, is known as the DNF champion, Dakota Knoll. I mean, he cannot catch a break at all. One win, which came at Phoenix Season 3 after a dominating performance. Otherwise, he doesn't have many finishes, and it's all because of accidents. Not really of his doing, just wrong place, wrong time.
And yet again on this one, looks like Dawson Allen got a little loose coming off of turn 4. That forced Knoll to check up there, and Zachary Wareham, of course, was not prepared. He was right on his rear bumper. Probably didn't see that 79 getting loose and was not prepared to see a 55 car slowing down on corner exit.
Yeah, I would not put blame on Wareham there. Really, it's not anybody's fault. It's kind of a racing deal.
Alex Kerfan saying he got hit pretty hard on the restart. Wasn't sure if there was damage, but there isn't any damage on that rear end of the 30 car.
Hey, Cameron Caldwell, you got a cop?
Sure do, boss.
Hey, Cam, currently in 6th place. How's it feeling out there?
It's really slick. I'm not too fast on the short runs, it seems, so far. I think I'm just trying to play conservative, but every time I hit the gas, just kind of the rear steps out. So, I don't know, just trying to hold on for a longer run, hoping it will work out for me. It's just also really hard to pass because you can't pass on the inside, so you had to try to get to someone's outside, but it's hard enough to do. So we'll see how it goes. I think once we get some more tire wear involved, then we'll see some passing, but for now, it's just trying not to wreck.
Assuming we get a long green flag run, is there anything from this race last season that you can use to kind of save some tire and not go up and hit the wall?
I don't remember too much from last race or last season here. I just know I have a fairly good line, I like to think, when it comes to saving. I feel like I just kind of glide into the corners, and practice felt like I was driving too hard, but the truck wouldn't slide up like it felt like it should have. There's like a little bump in turn 1, I think, that really just kind of hooks the truck around. So it just kind of helps my line, I feel like. So I don't know. Really, we'll see how it plays out. I felt like I was pretty good compared to my Radius teammates that I was racing against in practice, but obviously they're not the whole field, so we'll just see.
I'm going to let you get back up there with your teammates as we're about to restart. I'm surprised you didn't laugh at Junior and kind of poke at Bear.
Man, it's been a long day. My brain's not there.
Good luck, and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
All right, thanks.
Cameron Caldwell, driver the number 12. We are buddies. I just won't let him live it down for a while. Pace car is in, and inside the restart zone, green flag back out.
Interesting that Caldwell said that you can't pass there. Parker seems to be disproving that so far, but maybe we shouldn't be taking our Oh, wreck! 83 is around.
Oh, Justin Durand. Oh my goodness.
That's yeah, that's Alonso Chicano. Ended up looks like he tried to come across the 83 of Wilson.
Oh,
Both
Jonathan
of those cars
Parker
ended up spinning.
involved.
Oh my
Dawson
goodness, that is
Allen.
the big one.
All right, let's see if we can figure out who is all involved. Alonso Chicano, Jared Wilson, Jacob Locklear, Justin Rand, Jonathan Parker, Jonathan Canfield, and I think that is it.
I mean, we've seen big ones at Rockingham before. It's a bit of a narrow track, so when you get a wreck going, kind of hard to see in front of you as well when you're in a big pack with these big bumpers, big spoilers.
Locklear not actually involved. It was just Jonathan Canfield. PBR.
Brian
trucks.
Bogey involved as well. Looks like he may have gotten away with it. Yeah, I believe he just spun to the bottom.
Dawson Allen's truck looks pretty clean.
Yeah, I mean the biggest losers in that gonna be Justin Durand, obviously. 81 Jonathan Parker has quite a lot of damage to that front end. 16 of Jonathan Canfield got into it. I'm not seeing too much damage though, considering the hit that he had. Yeah, I think he got away with one there.
He's got a little bit of front end damage, but with this track being as small as it is, I don't think the arrow is going to hurt him too much. His nose is kind of caved in a little bit. Hood is up just a tad bit, but now this is more of a speedway type short track. I'm still not going to be too worried about that if I'm Canfield.
As long as all 4 tires are straight, you have an okay chance.
Yeah, pretty much. This was like a big speedway like Michigan or super speedway like Daytona. Might be a little bit of a different story. The damage still doesn't look too bad, but I think it would slow him down a little bit.
1 to green here. Once again, you have Alex Kerfan taking the outside there. And Andrew Elias in the truck 44 truck on the inside. Oh, my apologies. How should I ever be forgiven?
I think Andrew will forgive you.
Hopefully. I don't deserve it, Andrew. I don't deserve it. By the way, my favorite part of his truck, the rear bumper. You have died of dysentery.
Base truck. Come down pit road. Green flag and big jump. I think. Oh,
massive checkup. Not sure if it's going to bring out a yellow. It looks like it just spun guys to the inside, but there was a massive checkup on the inside line.
Oh, 3 wide. We were for a moment. Kyle Reuter in the middle. It was Jurgensmeyer on the outside and Caldwell on the inside.
Oh my god, we had 3 spins on that start there. It started with the 09. Ryan Bogey in the 21 also got spun. And third car spun back there, that's the 43. Somehow, all 3 cars spun onto the grass and did not bring out a yellow.
Josh Arnold, he is looking to come into play.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from that 22 truck.
Other than the Auburn colors on it, yeah, I mean, it's bad fast.
Yeah, as an Oregon Ducks fan, Auburn there's a bit of a sore spot there.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you behind the
Oh, all right. I see. I see.
We're Big Ten rivals now.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Oh, well, Elias ended up dropping back quite a bit there as well. He's back in 6th.
Josh Arnold has gotten to that back tailgate. He's going to slide just a little bit.
Also, we may have mentioned it by now, possibly not. I don't know, but Brett Bennett up to 3rd, JCTV's own.
Yeah, JCTV's own Brett Bennett, commentator on Friday nights. Not last night, though. He had some other obligations, which allowed you to join me. You mentioned it earlier, I believe, 2 nights in a row. Fun to have you over here.
Yep. Got a busy weekend. I'm still also doing the Rolex 24, so been a busy couple days so far.
Be 3 wide lap truck out there. They're gonna make it work. Kyle Amon of 51. Brett Bennett, Dominic Lee. Amon, no stranger to the BSR Truck Series. But I don't think he actually has a full-time season under his belt. We do know Amon is really good at the short tracks, though. He's up to 3rd. I would not be surprised to see Kyle Amon mixing it up by the end of this race either. And I started to say the same about Kyle Reuter. Kyle Reuter is a short track specialist. He currently 8th.
First side-by-side battle here, or close to the top spot anyway, for 14th between Lehman and Adam Kuhn. And it looks like Lehman's going to slide up, take that spot. Well, now we got a battle for 3rd, or for 4th, excuse me. Dominic Lee challenging Brett Bennett.
Yeah, Lee on the bottom. Feels comfortable down there. Right in the high line. And Elias trying to get back up into play as well. Lee underneath. Bennett.
Gosh, Arnold has not gone away, and in fact, he's going to go to the outside, take the lead here from Alex Kerfan. New leader, 22.
Josh Arnold, he has missed the playoffs last couple seasons, but he still had something to fight for, and that was best of the rest. Kind of dash for cash type thing, which he has won 2 seasons in a row. He jokingly said he wants to not make the playoffs so he can go back for the dash for cash bonus. But I think Josh Arnold would love to win. 1 win on JCTV came in DI9 Designs Anywhere Series doubleheader at Bristol, in which he won race number 1. That would have been season 11, I believe.
Brett Bennett's able Oh, excuse me. Brett Bennett's able to fend off Dominic Lee for now, and it looks like we got Kyle Amon now challenging Kerfan for second here. Arnold's pulled away by, I want to say maybe 6-7 car lengths there.
Kerfan locking the bottom. Amon gonna go up top. And Kyle Amon clear of Kerfan.
Kerfan's really lost a lot of momentum these last few laps.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if he's just saving his tires, or maybe he burnt his tires up a little bit too much. Keep in mind, we do have a stage caution. Which is going to be soon. Stage caution is going to come out. If I'm correct, it'll be lap 50, and I am correct, lap 50.
Kyle Reuter on the back of Andrew Elias now, looking for 6th. Oh, Elias hits the wall! That hit it solid. I would not be surprised to see if there's damage to Elias, and in fact he drops to the bottom. Looks to have gathered it back up for now. That was a solid whack to the outside wall. That's that turn 2 wall. That thing sneaks up on you here.
Still losing positions, now back to 9. Jernsmeyer, Merkel were side by side. Merkel ends off Jernsmeyer.
And looks like Alex Kerfan now getting passed by Dominic Lee there, dropping all the way back to 5th.
Caution.
Yellow flag comes out, spin on the backstretch.
Michael Walls.
A little bit of net code there between Watermullen and Wallens. That's a solid hit. And if the 17 laps down that he already wasn't enough to take him out of contention, I think this one might.
Yeah, that's rough.
It looks like it might be a one-lap shootout to the stage.
I'm thinking they might have the ability to do that. I'm gonna come down pit road. Corkle.
Interesting. Guys in the top 10 electing to flip the stage here.
It's about half and half.
Yeah, if you're outside the top 10, it's really a no-brainer to come down and flip the stage. But I'm surprised to see guys who, especially second place, Amon, coming down.
I will say I'm kind of surprised about that one too. Kyle Amon, I think he's looking bigger picture, but with how crazy this race has been, you know, it will be a one-lap shootout, no doubt about that. But are we going to get one lap around this track?
It was the other cars coming down pit road there, McCorkle, Jurgensmeyer, and Fuller. Those are cars in the top 10 that elected to pit.
Free pass was the 43 of Stephen Thornton. So Thornton going to be back on the lead lap.
Steve Thornton was one of the cars that got spun on that last restart. Ended up going a lap down.
Kyle Lamont, he said in the comment section, not racing for points, and so like I said, he's looking bigger picture, going for this race win.
Oh, I believe Josh Arnold just got. Josh Arnold just got a choose cone violation. He wasn't paying attention coming to the 1 to green, and he just stayed in the middle of the track, didn't choose his line. So we're going to get a 1-lap shootout for the stage. Brett Bennett is going to be your leader on the outside, followed by Wilias, Dominic Lee on the outside, Jason Locklear on the inside of the second row. Alex Kerfan and Nathan Lehman round out your top 6 there.
This is going to be interesting. Base truck is in, and green flag. Brett Bennett wasted no time getting going.
Top 10 getaway clean there.
Challenge from Andrew Elias to Brett Bennett. So off turn 4, it'll be Brett Bennett taking the stage.
Top 10 there going to be Brett Bennett, Andrew Elias, Dominic Lee, Jacob Locklear in 4th, Kyle Reuter in 5th, Alex Kerfan 6th, Dakota Knoll 7th, Nathan Lehman takes 8th, Christopher Melton 9th, and Zachary Wareham 10th, coming back through after being involved in a bit of an incident earlier.
So we'll dial up Brett Bennett here in a few after he is done pitting. Assuming he pits, I expect him to. And things might have just gotten worse for Josh Arnold, because he is down pit road, and I believe this is going to be a closed pit road. He is pitting under. And he's going to keep driving.
I'm not sure why he came down pit road there. I'm not seeing any damage or anything, so. Huh. Guess he just thought it was open.
There are sometimes that it'll say pit road open, and you know, if you're in the back, and you might think that it's for you, when in reality it's the leaders behind you. I can't speak for Josh Arnold and say that's what happened. That's my guess. Brett Bennett wins the race off pit road. Andrew Elias second in a photo finish with Dominic Lee. Go ahead and dial up our stage winner. And actually, Traber, we'll let you talk to him if you want to.
Brett Bennett, Trevor Burns up in the booth. First of all, we heard no pressure coming from Elias before that restart. Were you feeling the pressure?
No, he said it after the restart. Just told me that he wasn't going to pressure me for the stage. Nah, like I mean, I got lucky. Josh Arnold definitely had it covered there, and he just zoned out on the choose. So got a little lucky, but had a good stage. Just kind of got lucky being on the right lane throughout that stage. Was able to bring it home, and hopefully can get back up front here and win this race. It's going to be a sketchy restart with some possibly slower cars staying out here.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, how comfortable are you feeling being kind of mid-pack with all the wrecks we've been having?
Not very comfortable, to be honest. Not comfortable at all.
Do you think you have anything to challenge the leaders with? Is this your race?
I don't think I'm quite as good as Kyle. Kyle Amon is now up front, and he was really fast. Him and Josh Arnold, I didn't feel like I had much for, but I felt like I was kind of best outside of them. So we'll have to see what happens.
All right, Brett Bennett, thanks for talking to us. Brett Bennett, stage 1 winner right there. Or stage 1, just one stage here in the truck series.
And so we are getting ready to, there we go, wouldn't go away. We're getting ready to go back green. This field is double file. And Kyle Amon came down pit road during the caution. Previously, will be up front. Cuddy McCorkle lining up to his inside. Jurgensmeyer, William Kempf make up row 2. Harold Tucker and Cameron Caldwell row 3. Base truck coming in. And Barney the flagman waving the flag. Back green. Near Rockingham.
Top 5 single out there. Cameron Caldwell
Big
goes to the bottom.
Dawson Allen around. Oh my goodness, calamity. It is a parking lot back here. Nathan Fuller involved. Alex Carfan. Let's see what happened here. Dawson got into the wall, got back into the wall, got into Nathan Fuller, Matt Steiner, Dominic Lee, Ryan Bogey, 52, Christopher Melton.
Yeah, it's basically a similar wreck to what we saw earlier in the race at Rockingham. There's not a whole lot of room to run. And it looks like Dawson Allen, yeah, just got in the wall, couldn't keep it up in the wall, came down. I almost wonder if Fuller didn't quite notice that he was spinning there. Nah, yeah. It was just nowhere for him to go there. Ryan Bogey involved yet again. However, it looks like he's going to get away with it yet again. You know, for those who watch the SAC Coast to Coast series, I think Ryan Bogey is turning into the Malachi Drake of the truck series here.
one of my favorite things about I don't know. Whenever I think of Malachi Drake, I just remember a race where Brett Bennett and I were commentating, and Brett says Malachi hits the brakes, and then it seemed like the next week he was running a Drake brakes scheme, and I think it might have been total coincidence, but it's just kind of funny to me.
That is a funny one. I haven't heard anything about that, so it is entirely possible that he heard that and made something out of it.
It's actually on No Context Chasing TV on Twitter, where Brett says Malachi hits the Drakes. I don't remember what track it was. It was a mile and a half, which narrows it down to about, I don't know, 30 tracks. Kyle Amon. He's warming his tires pretty hefty here. He's going to go with the outside. McCorkle taking the inside line. Jurgensmeyer outside. Look at old Adam Kuhn up in the 7th.
Yeah, Adam Kuhn's just somehow found a way to avoid all the wrecks. Props to him.
Sometimes it's not about having speed, it's just about dodging bullets. And so far, Adam's been able to do that. .140 to go at the line. Still a long way to go in this fast lane 200. He struck us in. Kyle Amon, loud pedal. Oh, I think he was in 3rd gear maybe, or missed a shift.
Yeah, there's not much. Oh, 09 got loose on that bottom there. He's going to lose a lot of momentum. Jurgensmeyer going to challenge him for 3rd here.
Cody McCorkle out front leading this race. Oh, there's a spin!
Contact! Caldwell just kind of slid up. Yeah, slid up right into that 09. Didn't William Kemp just passenger there? And I think I jinxed Adam Kuhn because he just got involved in that one.
Congratulations! You've had your first commentator's cheeks.
Yeah, it looked. I mean, he kept it straight though. You know, there might not be too much damage. It's just a little bit on that right front. It doesn't look bad at all. And other than those 3, it doesn't look like anyone else was involved there. So that I'm surprised. That looked like it could have been a much bigger wreck with it as narrow as that turn 1 2 is.
Did you see the broadcast from last week?
I did not, unfortunately.
Okay.
However, I did hear that it was a little bit of a crash fest.
Yeah. It is pretty much Daytona or Talladega 2.0 at Las Vegas. Now, I mentioned, because for those that don't know, I was a 42 in this league, and because I'm up in the booth now, I told these guys, you know, whoever 42 is open, whoever takes the 42, just take good care of her. And so Amir Bascombe, somebody that you're familiar with, Traber, from SAC, he joins. He takes the 42, and he was having a really impressive showing last week at Las Vegas. And I'm telling you, when it comes to commentator's curse, I wasn't even done finishing my sentence, and Amir was wrecking. Because I was literally saying how, I just was good to see the 42 having success, being up front, and oh my gosh, spinning was pretty much what it was. It was awful. I told Amir that I owed him a Pepsi or something. But yeah, it happens, Traber. Commentator's curse is real.
I was also about to give Cameron Caldwell some props for getting spun on a restart and being able to fight his way back into 5th as well. Didn't say it out loud, but hey.
There's not a lot of times I get my pick to win correctly, and there's drivers that say do not pick me because it seems like when I do, they get cursed. Lonzo Chicano, my pick, he is out, currently sitting 32nd.
Well, I've jinxed 2 guys with that so far. Jonathan Parker getting caught up in that early wreck, and Pacey Wygant last night having a missed pit road, costing him a win. I'm toxic. You gotta keep me away from any guys that you like.
You better not call out any of my PBR drivers.
All right. Well, getting ready to go back to green again. Gonna be Cody McCorkle and Jonathan Jurgensmeyer on the front row. Kyle Lamont slid back to 3rd there after that last restart. Or excuse me, slid back to 2nd. I believe he chose the bottom.
That is correct. Green flag back out.
Oh, another slight contact there. Cameron Caldwell and
Harold Tucker.
I believe that's the 40. Yeah, Harold Tucker. And 3 wide, we have more contact in the back. Wareham and Arnold. Looks like they kept it straight there. 3 wide for a moment.
Arnold, what a move on the outside of Locklear. Josh Arnold now in 8th.
Wareham got extremely loose off of turn 2 here. He's losing spots hand over fist right now.
Josh Arnold, the man on a mission. He is to the inside of Dakota Knoll.
Brett Bennett, I believe, is still the leader of those who pitted after the stage. Currently in 5th. Looking challenge on the outside of Caldwell there. Can't quite get there.
Harold Tucker. Right in front of Dakota Knoll. Knoll goes to the inside. Tucker goes way wide.
I keep wanting to give props to guys who have been involved in incidents and found their way back to the top 10, but it feels like almost everyone, whether it's been a brush or a hit, has been involved in something so far.
7 machine not giving up on Cameron Caldwell. Brett Bennett trying.
Caldwell's really using that top to protect that position right now.
He's going to be paying for it a little bit later. Now Caldwell bottom, Bennett top. Big run by the 47. He's to the inside of Cameron Caldwell. They're going to be side by side into one. Caldwell clears Brett Bennett. Got a big group of guys here, all behind Caldwell. Meanwhile, there's a big gap between Jurgensmeyer and Caldwell. Some of these guys feel like Caldwell's holding them up.
Josh Arnold gets up to the 7th position there. It's a little easy. It looks like Tucker may have even let him by. He just dove to the bottom and was clear by a couple car lengths by the time he got out of the road. Brett Bennett working that bottom again. Caldwell up top. Just have to wonder how long that you can stay on that top side before those tires start to feel it.
It is so hard to pass at this track. Believe me, it really is. Even after saving so much tire, it still is hard to pass. It is possible though. Just got to be patient. Wait for your time. Bennett, he knows he's got a very large pack behind him. He wants to get around Caldwell now. Go to Knoll, entering the picture. Knoll looking to the inside. Arnold looking to the inside of Knoll.
So Arnold gets a good run for being on the bottom out of turn 4 there. Is he going to be able to stay with him? I think Josh Arnold has rolled the bottom better than anyone else that I've seen tonight.
Josh Arnold just painting that yellow line. He's going to slide in front of Dakota Knoll.
Oh, might have been a little bit of a tap there between Knoll and Arnold getting into the corner. No harm, no foul.
This was a fun battle to see last season. Brett Bennett, Josh Arnold. Those two were pretty much the two drivers that were fighting for points to get into the playoffs. And everything Brett did, Josh Arnold did. Everything Josh Arnold did, Brett Bennett did. And it came down to the final race. Now they're battling for position, as well as also trying to battle Cameron Caldwell to get into 4th place.
Yeah, Brett Bennett's been trying to work that bottom to get by Caldwell, but now it looks like Arnold's just going to fill that hole on the top side, roll around the top. Probably going to take that spot for Bennett there. And he does.
I have no idea what just happened there, but that was strange. Technical difficulties on my end. I believe there's some server issues going on as well. The amount of issues drivers were having early in the race. The Rolex 24 is going on as mentioned, so I think it's affecting the servers right now. But we're fine, not lagged out as of yet. See, Josh Arnold has gotten around Cameron Caldwell, and let's see what he can do. Try to chase down Jurgensmeyer, Corkle, and Kyle Lamont, who he actually missed taking the lead from the court ball.
Yeah, and if anyone is going to be able to catch that top 3, I think it's Josh Arnold. I mean, look at the gap that he's already pulled on Cameron Caldwell there. And Brett Bennett is still trying to get by that 12 car.
Brett Bennett's probably thinking, how can he do it, but I can't.
I've had many moments of those.
Oh,
See guys being able to do stuff that you just can't figure out why or how they can do it. Man. It's one of the most frustrating things when it comes to racing. But yeah, game respects game, though.
And there's also times, you know, for me at least, where I'm like, well, I'll just let this guy go by. Maybe he can get in front of the person that I'm struggling to battle with, and I can, you know, follow them through, sneak on by. And then it never works, but, you know, it sounds good in your head.
Yeah, it probably would have worked if Brett Bennett was ready for that to happen and behind Josh Arnold when he went around the outside there, but unfortunately, because he was already side by side with Caldwell, Josh Arnold just kind of rolled right by him. And speaking of Josh Arnold, he is already about give it 10 car lengths, probably less, to Jonathan Jurgensmeyer.
Insert Reuter into the picture now. Kyle Reuter, I was talking about him earlier being such a great short track driver. He is a short track specialist. He loves this kind of racing. I honestly think that if it comes down to 3 drivers for the win, Kyle Long, Kyle Reuter, and Josh Arnold, based off what I've seen so far, and quite honestly, I would love to see them all duke it out for the race win, but I wouldn't count out Cody McCorkle either. McCorkle has found some speed. He's currently fallen off to Amon just a little bit, but McCorkle, he's been in this series for quite a while. He would love to get back to victory lane.
Brett Bennett, this is the best chance he's had on Cameron Caldwell. He was about a half a car length, and he does take the position finally. Kyle Reuter now going to try to capitalize as well.
And Caldwell couldn't try a crossover because of Reuter being right there. Reuter struggling to get past Caldwell. And look who has caught up to Jurgensmeyer. Arnold.
And he's just going to roll right around the outside of him. Man. If you're not putting your money on Josh Arnold right now, then I would say you're making a mistake.
Oh, Matt Steiner lapped down truck. He stays high. Josh Arnold. Half a second behind Corkle. Right on board. Oh, never mind. Caution is out. Ryan Bogey. And Andrew Elias.
Oh, this was a little more than a 2-car incident there. Yeah, Elias ended up hitting the 30 there of Alex Kerfan. 33.98 of Wareham involved.
Oh,
Oh,
Dominic Lee.
big hit. Yeah. And yeah, Dominic Lee just couldn't see any of the happenings happening there because he was tucked up behind the cars in front of him. That's a big hit to the front end.
Nathan Lehman just squeaking by.
Yeah, only 4 cars majorly involved in that one. And coming, everyone on pit road there.
Christopher Melton actually stayed out. And so Melton will be the race leader. 34 lap old tires.
David Durand dropping to the bottom there is a lap down car. 4 laps down, in fact. This is going to be a bit of a sketchy restart with Melton staying out there. I don't know how old his tires are, but you know, we've already seen a couple wrecks on the restart, and it's really easy to spin those tires here with old tires.
Now
Oh, and he's
Melton
actually going to come to pit road. Interesting. Just wanted to lead a lap, I guess.
Mon taking the outside, McCorkle taking the inside. Josh Arnold electing the inside as well.
Yeah, if you're Josh Arnold, I'm picking the bottom all day. He's just been able to roll that so well.
Oh, most definitely. I'm impressed with how he's been able to wrap that bottom. And I don't know if he's figured out what I was able to figure out last season. Of course, I didn't have the speed he has, but I was able to figure out how to run the bottom. And I don't know if he's figured out what I figured out, if he's figured out something better, to be able to carry the speed as well, definitely. But yeah, I'm impressed with that 22. $102 laps to go at the line. Field in the hands of Kyle Lamont. Green flag back out.
Cody McCorkle rolling the outside there. Looks like he's going to take the lead going into one. He does.
Incredible pass. McCorkle, Lamont got loose.
Yeah, Jurgensmeyer going to capitalize. Yeah, that 51 keeps getting loose on that bottom. Looks like, yeah, he's going to cross up to the high side, try to stop that momentum. But, of course, that's going to allow Josh Arnold, of all people, to go on his inside. Couldn't quite roll that bottom.
Josh Arnold right now, just sitting in 4th. I think he's all right with that for now. So we are just past halfway in the race. 101 down, 99 to go.
Oh, yellow out. And it's Alex Kerfan involved again. Oh, it started with, looks like Canfield and Dakota Knoll. Oh, Dakota Knoll just got loose coming off the quarter and came down into Canfield. Kerfan involved.
Oh.
Nathan Lehman, looks like he got away with it. Yeah,
Flex.
just a little tap there.
Stephen Thornton as well.
Oh, man. Yeah, that 43 just thought he had a clear lane, and then the 30 started rolling down the track. Dominic Lee also gets a tap on the door. It looks like it didn't look that bad, but I'm not sure that one is straight. He might have a bit of wheel damage there.
Dominic Lee, about 2 minutes 15 seconds of repair. Says not out of this yet. Dominic Lee, been really impressed with him so far. He's been pretty fun to watch.
All of our leaders there electing to stay out. Coming to a choose cone. A fun little possible opportunity here. Racing series that I race with in real life, Lucky Dog Racing Series, they were able to get a race here at Rockingham with the new paved version of it. They have a little roval that we could use. So I'm hoping might be able to get out here and race on Rockingham one day.
That sounds like that would be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, being probably a little Miata or something similar to that. But yeah, it's never raced on banking before, other than Laguna's banking, which isn't too much. So it'd be interesting.
Back in 2017, I made a league start here, of course, in iRacing. And I said I would never race at this track again. It was awful. And I made a few starts since then. And I fell in love with this place. Pretty much last couple times I raced at this track. It's just, it's fun. It takes a whole lot of driver patience and just driving the track. You know, talk about Darlington. You know, don't race drivers around you, but race the track. And I think that's kind of what you've got to do here at Rockingham. As we're about to go back green, pace truck is in. Green flags back out.
Jurgensmeyer sleeping a little bit on that restart. That's going to allow Arnold to possibly take second, and he does.
Brett Bennett getting around Kyle Lamont.
And Arnold already looking towards the lead.
Arnold's had a taste of the lead already. He wants another. Still just grabbing the bottom.
Yeah, most guys trying to wrap the bottom now. Top 5 there, kind of top 4, kind of strung out a bit. And come back to 5th, got Kyle Lamont and, Kyle Reuter. And 64 car, looking, Harold Tucker looking outside. Actually, Cody McCorkle's been able to pull a little bit of a gap to Josh Arnold now.
Yeah, McCorkle actually fastest truck on track last few laps around. I'm wondering though, Traver, with what Harold Tucker! He got into the wall.
That's a fantastic save. It doesn't look like much, but that turn 2 is really easy to get that spun out. That is a great save by Harold Tucker.
And got loose, exiting 4.
Yeah, he might have a bit of right rear damage. That was a solid hit to that right rear coming off the 2.
Jason Dugana to get past Harold Tucker. Nathan Lehman! He's coming into the picture. I think what I was saying beforehand is I'm wondering if Cody McCorkle burning up his tires a little bit more than the rest of the drivers. We saw he got to a pretty decent lead earlier before getting passed by Kyle Lamont. He's putting a gap on Josh Arnold right now.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. Josh Arnold, it could be equally as much as Josh Arnold just kind of settling back, being content to be in P2 right now. Not a whole lot of dirty air to worry about on the short track. A little bit, but not too much. So you can still save some tire running second.
Brett Bennett, Kyle Lamont side by side. Brett Bennett trying to cross over. Oh,
Amon really pinched him going into 1 there.
Now Reuter's on that right rear. Reuter's going to clear Brett.
That closes another chapter of Brett Bennett trying to pass someone and ending up getting past.
Now we're going to have the Kyle and Kyle show for 4th. A 3-time winner in this series. I think Kyle Lamont might be a 3-time winner as well in this series. I know Lamont has a couple of them. Actually, one of Reuter's wins came because of a disqualification by Kyle Lamont. After Lamont did a move that pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Kyle Reuter got the victory as a result of it. That was that Milwaukee Mile. Season 2, I believe.
William Kemp here keeps running about a lane higher than Brett Bennett and keeps getting that run off, but he just can't quite get to his outside in the corner.
battle for the race lead. Josh Arnold underneath Cody McCorkle. We're each on the opposite ends of width of the track. Is Arnold going to drive it in on the bottom? Arnold, once again, out front as he clears Cody McCorkle. McCorkle trying to get back. Not enough time as Arnold is ahead, and they're going to go back to what he's been doing best, and that's rolling that bottom line. 80 laps to go at the line. Here in the Fast Lane 200 at Rockingham. What a race it has been so far. 9 cautions, 37 laps of cautions. So we've had quite a bit of cautions, but those drivers also have been going green for quite some time at different points of the race.
Yeah, 37 seems a little lower than what I was expecting for the caution laps. Kyle Mon right now on the back of Jurgensmeyer. He's almost going to put the bumper to him. Barely fit a piece of paper between those two right now.
I think I mentioned it last week, maybe a couple weeks ago. I don't know, but I've heard a lot of good things about this Jurgensmeyer guy. And he's not gotten a win yet. I think it's only a matter of time. Right now, he is trying to defend Kyle Lamont, one of the best we have seen on the short tracks on JCTV in the past.
Yeah, Jurgensmeyer is one of those guys where, you know, iRacing's there's a lot of members there, but it seems like almost every community that I'm in, Jurg is also in that as well. So he's just a guy who loves to league race and shows up in a lot of different places.
Watching a couple of different battles. This one on screen, and then behind it when I get the opportunity, the battle between Reuter and Bennett. Now Amon once again underneath Jurgensmeyer. Side by side, just still Jurgensmeyer holding strong on that outside line. Job holding Amon off.
Amon slides up the track. He's going to make contact. Slight contact. Good save from the 51 truck. But yeah, it looks like Amon was just getting a little frustrated and he tried to get on the gas a little sooner. And that just wasn't going to work. Oh, and the 9. Kyle Reuter slides up. Just slight brush of the wall. Don't think that's going to harm his truck too much, but Brett Bennett's able to get underneath. Reuter really pinched him down there. Brett Bennett not able to get a good run off the corner. And Reuter's going to hold that spot. Oh, Brett Bennett comes back at him. Almost contact again. There may have been. Man, these guys are racing hard for 5th right now.
Kemp is all the way up. He wants to try to make it 3 wide. It's not going to happen. Kemp's outside of Bennett now. Oh, back bumper of Reuter.
And yet again, Brett Bennett tried to pass someone else is going to get passed by someone else. Or it could be. Not quite. Kemp got into the... may have got into the wall. Almost got into the wall. He definitely got a wiggle. And meanwhile, Kyle Amon has been able to clear that 00.
Kyle Amon into 3rd now. Josh Arnold still the race leader, pulling away from Cody McCorkle.
Yeah, almost 1.5 seconds. Great job by him.
Alex Kerf and Ryan Bogey, two drivers that seemed like they've been the ping pong ball. I see movement in the back. That is a wreck! Around goes Dakota Knoll. Dominic Lee once again involved in an accident.
Yeah, and it was actually Dominic Lee who set that off a bit. Looks like he just went into the corner deeper and was expecting Dakota Knoll to be a little bit faster mid-corner. Taps him, sends Knoll around, and Knoll slides back into... his funny radio message there, Dominic Lee. Yeah, it looks like Dakota Knoll could have slid down the track and locked it up, but he tried to save it, overcorrected back into Dominic Lee there. Oh, Jonathan Parker was lucky not to get tagged in that as well.
Yeah, he was. So, pit road is open, and everybody except Dominic Lee is down pit road. And
Maybe another one who's just trying to get a lap led there.
Cody McCorkle going to win the race off pit road. Josh Arnold losing 3 spots. McCorkle, Lamont, Jerkensmeyer, Hartman, Bennett, Kemp, Flayman, Locklear, and Caldwell top 10. Well, actually top 9 because Lee stayed out.
And I believe that one car is, yes, Dominic Lee is coming down pit road. Interestingly, Justin Durand would have had the wave around there, but he elected to pit behind the one car. Not sure why that happened. Dawson Allen is going to get the wave around here in a second.
Justin Durand is 83 laps down.
Hey, a lap's a lap. Especially when you're in one of those grinded out type of races.
The amount of times I have been multiple laps down in this league and have come back to the lead lap is probably 2. And that is too many. But those races, I mean, they were battles of attrition. Indianapolis.
If you had a nickel.
Yeah, well, I'd only have 10 cents, but it was Indianapolis, actually, IRP, Indianapolis Raceway Park, and Bristol, I believe. It's either Bristol or Martinsville. It's like 10 laps down, and got back to the lead lap. And IRP was tough because my teammate, Ethan Fonseca Moreno, once I was back on the lead lap, I was following him. Ethan got loose, and I ran into him. And I didn't think my damage was too bad, so I didn't come down pit road. We went back green, and I could not drive the truck. It was awful. The damage was terrible, and I ended up finishing outside the top 10, where I could have been inside the top 5, which was just incredible for the run that I was having. But enough of that. We're gonna go back green. 65 laps to go in the fast lane 200 at Rockingham. Cody McCorkle, control truck. Green flag back out. Kyle Lamont, great restart.
Oh, trouble! Brett Bennett! Brett Bennett. That name is hard to say, apparently. Looks like he just washed up, ended up spinning in front of the field. And Alex Kerfan thanks Brett Bennett there for not coming up the track, overcorrecting into him. Yeah, I mean, this is something that's really easy to do at Rockingham, is just kind of pedal the throttle, you know, try to push it too hard. These corners just kind of invite you in to push the truck, but you really can't. So, yeah, just catching another driver out there.
We're going to go ahead and talk to our in-race reporter. It's been a while since we have. Hey, Cameron's boys at the booth. Got a copy?
I figured you'd pull me in after that one.
Well, how's it going out there?
Well, things just got a little bit more exciting there. Oh, man. It's kind of been all over the place roller coaster. I got into it with William in front of me earlier, and now I'm just kind of finding my way back. Talked to you guys earlier. I was feeling good about my long run pace, and I still am. That last long run we had, I was matching the leaders' times, if not a little faster. Just kind of stuck back in traffic, but when I wreck in front of you and you barely miss it like that, then it only helps going forward, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. I got 63 to go right now. It's been a wild one out there. Passing looks pretty difficult. What's it going to take out there to get that 12 machine up front?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Ideally, I get a couple of spots out of this restart and go green to the end, and then I'll have something after that. I don't really know. I'm still not very good in the short run. I can kind of hang with them, but it takes probably 10, 12 laps on the tires for me to be able to do anything. Once I can confidently run the top, then I can start moving. But yeah, I think up here, I don't really know how they were running up front on that long run, but I feel like if I started to catch them and they saw me running the top, they moved to the top. So I feel like I probably would have got stuck, but I didn't get the chance to get up there. So it's hard to say. Just gotta hope we go green here and I can beat into the top and make a cool spot. So we'll see. I think when you get to top 5, top 4, late in the race, you can still do it from anywhere. So that's the goal at this point. Just get into the top 5 and see what happens from there.
All right, we'll let you get back up there with your teammates, and maybe we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, Josh.
Cameron Caldwell, driver the number 12. Currently,
By the way, Jason Dodada picked up a little bit of damage, but it looks like he's already got that fixed on that pit stop cycle. Cody McCorkle on the bottom there. Kyle LeBon on the top side.
Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, kind of surprised he took the bottom here. He's been picking the top and rolling top pretty well.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to see Josh Arnold on the top side too. He's been picking the bottom and rolling the bottom pretty well.
$60 to go at the line. Base truck is in, and the green flag is back out.
McCorkle went early in that box. That gave him car length at least. And looks like Amon's going to keep that second spot there.
Jurgensmeyer in third, and Josh Arnold. He has William Kemp right behind him.
Yeah, it was a little slow coming off of turn 4 there. It looks like he's got it gathered up now. course, Kemp, another driver that's been running about a lane up. I guess you could call that the middle for most of the runs.
Ryan Bogey side by side with Jacob Locklear.
Oh, and Jurgensmeyer came down, slowed up the 22 car, and it looks like William Kemp's going to get around the outside of Arnold right now.
Still side by side is Josh Arnold. With Kemp now clear.
He immediately turns his sights to Jurgensmeyer there. He's been running the bottom, so curious to see what he does there. Back to the bottom again. Kemp didn't quite have the run on him. Kemp sends it deep. He's able to hold that speed around the outside. Can't quite stay to his outside on corner exit.
It almost looked like Kemp wanted to go low, but then decided not to. Oh my! Jurgensmeyer, he had a bad exit off of 2.
Yeah, I think the 09 just got a really good run as well. He had the run to go to the inside, and then he elected to just let off the throttle and pull up. '09 rolling that outside, continues to roll that outside there.
Jurgensmeyer loving that bottom.
But meanwhile, Josh Arnold hasn't really been able to make much ends on the guys ahead, and Cameron Caldwell's actually been able to catch up to him a little bit.
I'm wondering if Arnold just biding his time.
Wouldn't be surprised. He is usually, as you said, usually a long-run driver.
On the other hand, things are starting to heat up in the lead. Kyle Lamont slowly closing in on McCorkle. Just over 0.3 of a second at the moment. On the bottom.
Another thing to look at, the cloud cover's starting to come over the Rockingham Speedway here. Track temp has dropped down to 107. Reminder, we started at 122 at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, it's now 3:01 in sim time. 3:01 p.m.
Oh, Cameron Caldwell looked like he wanted to go to the inside. Josh Arnold kind of gave him a bit of a Pruitt fade there. Pushed him, started coming down the track a little earlier than Caldwell was expecting. Caldwell had to get out of it.
Cody McCorkle still ahead of Kyle Lamont, and they've got Matt Steiner coming up. And
Bet you weren't expecting to hear Pruitt fade in the broadcast.
I was not. Kempf gets around Matt Steiner.
And battle for the lead heating up again.
Kyle Lamont is looking.
McCorkle's been content with that high line when he's been racing around guys, and looks like he's keeping that again.
Yeah, he's making it work.
You just wonder with a little over 40 to go, how much those tires are going to be able to hang on if we end up going green the rest of the way.
He's asking about 68-ish laps on these tires. Still holding on.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure if Kyle Lamont is really, challenging for that lead, I should say. I think he's content to run second. He's just kind of running the bottom and just happens to be faster than McCorkle right now.
McCorkle fastest truck that last time around. It appears that he is going to be a little bit faster than Kyle Lamont once again, and again, fastest truck that last time around.
Arnold's been able to close back up to the rear bumper of Kempf here, and he's starting to utilize that outside lane a little more. And he does go to the inside here, gets a big run off of 4. He's going to slide job him up there. Good job by Josh Arnold to take back that 4th spot.
Yeah, you and I were noticing that at the same time. Josh Arnold closing in on Kemp. So Arnold back to 4th, as you mentioned. I'm excited to see if he can get back up there. We are now at 40 laps to go in this race.
Track temp now down to 101. This is going to be really gripping up. Almost wonder if those guys who are pushing the tire might have a little bit more relief with the cooler track temp.
Real quick, I just want to point out, I'm always reading comments. Try to keep an eye on them. And number 43, as a fan. Stephen Thornton, as a fan. Jerry Sullivan. Curious kind of lunch it's going to be free if he gets to the top 10. I might want some too. Currently Thornton P18. It's that pretty rough race.
Oh yeah.
That truck looks really clean though for the amount of incidents he's been in. And I give Thornton a lot of props for staying in it.
Yeah, and he's really been involved in just a lot of minor bruises here and there. Nothing too crazy on that truck.
Gonna get passed by Dominic Lee.
Closest battle in top 10 right now we have for 6. Nathan Lehman's been challenging Cameron Caldwell for a few laps now. Just hasn't been able to get beside him. William Kemp is also falling back into the clutches of Caldwell.
Kemp kind of falling off a little bit. He's running the high line, as well as Caldwell. Nathan Lehman.
Josh Arnold Josh Arnold challenging for third here. He's going to get around the outside of Jurgensmeyer. Easy rolling that top side.
Now this makes things interesting for Kyle Lamont. Kyle Lamont, you're 4/10 behind McCorkle right now. You know, Josh Arnold's in third, and he's been pretty much fastest driver on the long runs. 33 laps to go. Lamont, do you start to maybe pick up the pace a little bit?
I mean, it's deja vu all over again for him. Josh Arnold's starting to reel him in, being down by quite a bit of a gap. Kyle Lamont, hopefully he's learned something from that past run. Maybe either he pushed too hard or maybe didn't use up all of his tire that last run.
These guys put Matt Steiner another lap down. Steiner tapped the wall there off the 2. No harm, no foul. He stays high. Caldwell has caught up to Kemp, and Nathan Lehman just continuously working that inside line.
It's been at least 10 laps now that he's been trying to get by Caldwell. Looking like the Brett Bennett-Caldwell battle that we had earlier. I mean, Caldwell's just a master of rolling that top with a car right behind him.
I can confirm from last season. Very well. Caldwell was rolling the top really well when I was trying to get past it. Challenging on the bottom. Same story. And Steiner on the outside for these guys.
I think Nathan Lehman's best shot to get by Caldwell is Stumpf right in front of him. Excuse me, Kemp right in front of him. I don't know why I said Stumpf. Yeah, Kemp right in front of him is, I was thinking of the baseball player for some reason. I have no idea why he was on my mind. But, yeah, William Kemp getting challenged here by Caldwell, and I think Lehman's best opportunity is if Caldwell makes some sort of mistake trying to get by that 09.
Jurgensmeyer has fallen off. He's coming back into this picture and battle for 5th. What looks to be 4th here in just a moment.
It's interesting because Jurgensmeyer was running that bottom for a lot of this run so far, I believe. So interesting that he's been must just be pushing too hard into the corner, something like that. Turning the wheel too much. There's a ton of different things that goes into tire saving in a stock car, but usually holding that bottom is the best way to do that.
Kemp had a little bit of a bobble. Caldwell wanted to go low, and then I think Kemp kind of winked out there. Shut down the opportunity. Nathan Lehman still trying to get past. This is the best opportunity so far. It's stayed side by side the longest. He has with Caldwell. Nathan Lehman trying. Lehman and Locklear. They're coming up into this picture. Them PBR boys making some noise right now. Caldwell.
Oh, Caldwell elects to go to the bottom now. Interesting. Just throw a block on Lehman there. The way his behavior was on that front straight, it looked like he was trying to go to the bottom and let Lehman by or something, but no, just wanted to come down, maybe peek out of that 09, get a view of what's ahead of him.
These guys running 3 different lanes. I feel like I'm watching a Michigan race. I'm not sure. Something happened to Kyle Lamont, but he's falling back. Big time.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Oh yeah, he looks like he brushed the wall a couple laps ago out of turn 4. No, didn't quite brush the wall, just really started to slow down.
Oh, 3 wide. Cameron Caldwell in the middle. Lehman on the bottom. Caldwell's going to send it. He's going to get past Kemp. Now Lehman trying. He's side by side with Kemp. All the way against the wall. Oh, he's going to get loose. Lehman will clear Kemp. Slide up in front of him. Jurgensmeyer now trying to hold off Caldwell.
I've been looking at the last few laps for Amon. I have no idea why he's fallen back so much. Didn't look like he hit the wall. If he did, it was just barely a brush, but I can't imagine any damage from any of it. Oh, we got contact. Kemp.
Jurgensmeyer, real tight. Caldwell underneath. Jurgensmeyer. Nathan Lehman right here ready to pounce as well.
Yeah, big battle up there. It was Locklear, by the way, who just kind of washed up into Kemp there.
This battle between Lehman and Caldwell is just ongoing. It will never end.
Oh, a little bit of contact. Possible contact. Not sure if there was, but the 33 got really close to that, to the left rear of Caldwell there. And now Caldwell's going to be underneath Jurgensmeyer.
Caution! Dakota Knoll. Oh my goodness!
I mean, the only thing, yeah, it looks like Dakota Knoll thought that Dawson Allen on the bottom was just going to let him by before they got to the corner. And once they get into the corner, yeah, Knoll turns in thinking he has a clear track, and Dawson Allen's still there.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, that's just straight miscommunication between a lap car and the lead lap car there. I mean, I know he's not obligated to let him by, but I'm not sure why Dawson Allen didn't let him by going in there. I mean, he's just coming out of pit road, a couple laps down. Oh, not just a couple, 71 laps down, in fact.
Oh my goodness. I think what could be the money stop. Cody McCorkle won the race off pit road. Josh Arnold P2. Cameron Caldwell gets off third, just barely edging out Kyle Lamont. And Amon speeding on pit road.
Wow. You know, I was just about to say that yellow is a big break for Amon, who's really fallen back on pace, but self-inflicted wound is really going to take him out here. Dakota Knoll really getting aggressive with that pace truck there. Really wants to get his lap back, I can tell. So, it's gonna have Cody McCorkle at the top spot. Josh Arnold in second, and of all people, Cameron Caldwell made his way back up to the third spot now. Involved in a bit of an incident earlier and just kind of had, you know, round fifth place pace so far. If anything happens to the top two, he should be right there to capitalize. So top three stay in formation there. Jurgensmeyer in fourth. As we have a delayed green here.
And I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties. This kind of helps me out just a little bit.
Oh, radio style it is. Let's run through the field here. As we said, our top four already. Nathan Lehman on the bottom there in fifth. I'm having a bit. There it is. William Kemp in sixth. Jacob Locklear, or excuse me, Jonathan Parker in seventh. Jason Locklear in eighth. Jonathan Parker making it back up to seventh is also quite the story.
Yeah, absolutely. There, I counted him out way earlier.
It's been a war of attrition so far. Kyle Lamont is also manually disconnected, so there goes his chances if they weren't gone already. Although with the amount of wrecks we've been seeing, it might have been worth it for him to stay in, but who knows.
So we're gonna go green with 9 laps to go. Cody McCorkle taking the bottom, Josh Arnold with the top. Still anybody's race. McCorkle's been great on the short run. Base truck is in. Green flag back out.
Caldwell really not able to roll that bottom. Jurgensmeyer is going to get up to third here. Josh Arnold in second. He's going to have 8 laps to run down McCorkle there.
Caldwell struggling. He is loose. Losing so many positions here. 3 wide with Kurtman and Locklear.
Josh Arnold rolling the bottom. He's going to be inside of the 2. Side by side for the lead with 7 to go.
Arnold sliding up. He's going to get turned! Up and over. Barrel rolling on the front stretch. He's on his roof. And just
You know,
like that.
I can't say I saw it coming, but at the end of the day, I think Josh Arnold really... Oh, they just kind of met in the middle. You could put blame on both of them there. I think that's just hard racing. Tell you what, that's also going to take out Cody McCorkle, most likely. That was also a big hit on his front end. That's going to leave Jurgensmeyer as our leader, I believe. Oh, no, McCorkle was able to go back by there. Hey, don't look now, but guess who's in fourth? It's Jonathan Parker.
There's a man that can win this after getting death earlier. It's hard.
And I'm hearing it was 9 minutes of damage for Jonathan Parker. Oh, wow. Cameron Caldwell on that restart did not get a good restart. And it probably because he says he took 2 tires on accident, but still filled the fuel all the way up. So he wasn't able to get out in front. And he's sitting there with only 2 fresh tires.
Caldwell has not had a start to remember.
Brett Bennett says that he was planning on only taking 2, but at the last second decided it was a bad idea and backed up into the stall to take left side tires. I think that's a first. I don't think I've ever heard that one before. Going to be choosing this time. Be interesting to see which lane Cody McCorkle chooses. And if I'm one of the drivers behind him, you might just want to choose the lane he's not in, because I don't know how much damage he has, but it certainly isn't 0.
His hood is flapping.
Yeah, I'm less worried about the wheel damage. I'm more worried about how much power is he going to have on this restart.
McCorkle taking the top. Jurgensmeyer taking the bottom. Kemp is going to roll behind McCorkle. And Jonathan Parker, on the bottom lane.
In another twist, Dawson Allen said he fat-fingered the button on his wheel to extend the caution. And Cameron Caldwell is now just shorting it and should be going green this time.
They struck. Is in 3 laps to go. Green flag is back out. McCorkle gets a great jump. Can he hold on? And Kemp rolling the outside of Jurgensmeyer. Caution! Ryan Bogey. He has had such a bad race.
Yep, just bounced off the wall there. Got into that one car of Dominic Lee. None of them, neither of them should have too much damage. I think we're just gonna line them up again.
I think Bogey and Lee have magnets on their trucks. One of them has positive, the other has a negative, and they are attracting each other because every single accident one of them is in, it seems like the other is right there as well.
Yeah, I can't think of any other explanation there.
Did somebody forget to set green light checkers?
It appears so.
I mean, at this point, I don't know really how to describe anything else other than just this interesting race we have seen. And if this is it, what a race. And I believe Cody McCorkle just scored the win.
Well, right now I'm hearing that they could just double it up right now and manually score it. They're debating right now.
I know McCorkle doesn't want to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be it. They just called it. Cody McCorkle is your winner here in Rockingham. I mean, I can't say this finish doesn't fit.
It was a rocky race.
There's a lot of firsts tonight, and I can't say this is a first, but it's certainly a weird one.
This race turned upside down. But wow, what a race. I mean, Cody McCorkle, he was fast. He was a real fast driver out there tonight, and not surprised to see him take this win. He's had a lot of he's had a lot of races, Straver, that looked like he was going to win on paper, and got taken away from him.
Well, tonight it almost seemed like our paper winner was going to be Josh Arnold, so looks like the tables have turned for him tonight. But, you know, he stayed up front for a lot of the race, so you can't take that away from him. He's certainly one of many that earned a possible victory tonight.
So, timing and scoring is going to be interesting because of some black flags. Ryan Bogey scored with 20th. I believe we'll have 19th. We'll go over the unofficial results, and they are unofficial for a reason, just for crazy things like this tonight. Yeah, let's go ahead and go over our finishing results. Scotty McCorkle, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, P2, William Kemp, 3rd, Jonathan Parker, 4th, Nathan Lehman bringing it home in 5th, Kyle Reuter, good return for him, 6th place, Alex Kerfan, 7th, Jacob Locklear, 8th, Jonathan Canfield, 9th, Andrew Elias brings it home in 10th.
Jason Dodano didn't talk much about him tonight. Brings it home in a quiet 11th place. Harold Tucker involved in a couple incidents, but also ran that top 10 for a little while in 12th. Brett Bennett, 13th, doesn't really show the finish that he deserved. David Duran comes home 14th. Cameron Caldwell, also another one, and 15th does not show the finish that he deserves either. Dominic Lee involved in quite a few incidents there. Stephen Thornton brings it home in 17th. Dakota Knoll in 18th. Matt Steiner comes home 19th. And Ryan Bogey comes home 20th, one lap down.
21st going to be Josh Arnold. 22nd, Kyle Lamont. 23rd, Justin Duran. Dustin Allen brings it home 24th. Zachary Wareham, 25th. Adam Kuhn, 26th. Christopher Melton, 27th. Brandon Hinton, 28th. Nathan Fuller, 29th. And Tyler Watermullen brings it home in 30th, which, by the way, his Packers behind by 1 point of the 49ers.
A little double whammy news there for him. Michael Walls brings it home 31st after running a few laps, having some connection issues here and there. Alonzo Chicano, 32nd. Jared Wilson, 33rd. Brayton Laster, 34th. And Jamie Wright rounds out our field.
So, let's go ahead and bring in if he's available, William Kemp. Which I do not see.
Well, after that race, I wouldn't blame him for trying to leave the speedway as quick as possible.
We'll go ahead and talk to Jurgensmeyer and Draper. I believe you've caught up with him.
Yep, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer coming home in a second place finish. He kind of ran somewhat quietly, I would say, in that top 3. How would you sum up your race tonight?
I didn't qualify very well. Actually, I bought the track just before the race, so I didn't have a lot of practice on it. But I mean, I was riding around that first part. Made a decision at the end, at the end of the first stage to pit, give up stage points, so I could get all that track position. And I carried that track position on throughout the entire race, and it was a big learning process trying to figure out the track, just saving tires, how the truck handles. I wouldn't say I wasn't one of the better trucks, but I think I was staying out of trouble nicely. I was keeping it under control in the restarts, and trying to keep myself in the position there for the end of the race. And we had that opportunity, but I think things went my way at the end. I'd be winning right now. I'd be doing donuts, but right when that wreck happened in front of me, thought I'd get the lead, but the iRacing gave it to the 2. And then on that last restart, I thought I was just gonna blow by him. I didn't get the best restart. I could have done better there, and I think I might have cost myself the win with not getting a better restart, but it's second. It was a fun race, but it's really disappointing. I think I should have won the race.
Yeah, I think just staying out of trouble really summed up your race there, and especially with that caution coming out a little later on that wreck, or a little bit of different iRacing coding, probably could have possibly had that win there. How do you feel you did on the tire wear? We're seeing a lot of comers and goers in terms of pace throughout the night.
Oh, it was a learning process. You know, it's our first short track of the season, so I had to get used to that. And I mean, I don't think I was great on my tires. I was trying to run the bottom. Maybe I was getting coached throughout the last run by Jared. Jared was doing a great job. I learned a lot from him. Just trying to keep the tires going, and you know, I think I was doing fine. I moved up to the top there at the end of that last long run, and I mean, I was making it work. I was holding off Cam, and you know, just put myself in position. That's all I try to do, and you know, I think I succeeded in that this race.
All right. And by the way, great job for your first race here at Rockingham. I mean, this is, in my opinion, one of the hardest tracks on iRacing to master. I've been racing it for quite a few races, and I still have no idea how to get out of the top 30 or out of the bottom 30. Anyone you want to shout out there?
Oh, there's a lot of people. I mean, obviously Jared was really helping me there. All the people on the call. We had Jonathan Parker who just joined the call. My man Justin Rott, Gabe was watching throughout the race. Just a lot of people helped me out, and you know, I don't have a lot of experience on iRacing. It's just a learning. I'm just learning every race. It's what I'm here this season for. Just trying to get a lot of experience in a bunch of different situations, and you know, just all those people that helped me out along the way.
All right, that's your second place finisher, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer.
And down in victory lane, I'm telling you, I love the tracks that have the victory lane right on the front stretch, like Michigan, Auto Club, sort of. Rockingham right here, because it's right there in front of the fans, and Cody McCorkle parking it right in front of the fans. Cody, your second career BSR AMSOIL Truck Series win. You were fast out there tonight. Tell us.
A little unexpected. Just kind of, you know, I think got out front. I think once you kind of get out front, you got a little bit of advantage. But you know, it was a good race for us. Probably one of the best races I've ran ever. Can't complain too much about that. Thought I was gonna lose it there at the end when the caution came out.
You had hard contact there with Josh Arnold, and I noticed your hood was kind of flapping a little bit, and I was a little concerned, but it doesn't look like you were, as you stayed out. Was it just kind of a decision of it's the end of the race, so I'm just gonna stay out and see what happens, or did you feel like it was fine?
Yeah, well, I mean, I could see it flapping. I think if you pit there, you know, you're done. I mean, you might get like a top 10, but like your chance of winning's gone probably. I felt like the only chance to win was to stay out. I guess it was a good one. It worked out.
Now, despite the fact that there were no green-white checkers tonight, which there usually is, but tonight some issue that nobody's really sure about what happened. If we had some green-white checkers, or even just one that we thought we would have there, do you think you had anything to be able to hold off Jurgensmeyer?
You know, I'm honestly not sure, because it felt like on that last restart, I got out there. I think if I could have stuck to the top, I might have been able to hold them off. They might have, you know, been able to beat me to the line. I don't know. It would have been tricky. You know, I can't say it wouldn't be. But you know, it didn't. I felt like I had the power still. I don't know if the arrow would have killed it. Might have been okay. It's hard to say.
You've been racing here in the AMSOIL Truck Series for quite a while. Does this really just boost the momentum going forward for that too, Machine?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I thought I should have had a top 5 last week. Got wrecked right at the end of the race, right before right before a green white checkered or so. Maybe it was a green white checkered. I think I was second, third, something like that. Third or fourth. So like we had some momentum last week. Kind of came in a little bit angry. You know, kind of maybe fire me up a little bit. It's you know, a little bit of a home track and a little bit of birthday luck.
All right, well, sponsors, shout outs, who gets it done behind that winning number 2 Machine?
You know, shout out everybody that puts this show on. You know, you guys do a great job. Everybody at BSR, you know, had fun. So that's all you can do. And yeah, that's about it.
Alrighty. Well, Cody McCorkle, congrats on the race win.
Appreciate it, guys.
Race winner Cody McCorkle, driver of the number 2 Machine. Traber, I've gotten word that we won't be able to catch up with William Kempf. He had to hurry up and leave. But there's somebody in here that probably is not expecting an interview. I'm going to put him on the spot anyway. So, Traber, how about you talk to that man that I always call an alien? I still think is an alien. Jonathan Parker.
Jonathan, I think the first question is pretty simple here. How in the world did you end up fighting back to get P4 in this race after being head-on into the wall early?
Negative idea. I about left because I was only here to win. I don't have any points on the line. That's why I started from the back, and it kind of got me in trouble. But I don't know. I'll steal a quote from Kyle Busch and just say JFP because that thing, it was good on the long run too. It was me and Brett was really good on that long run when we were kind of mired back in the teens. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that. I wish I could have seen what I could have done with a clean racetrack, but I'm not sure if the rest of the field would have wanted to see that. But yeah, that was. I would say it was fun, but yeah, they turned tonight. We all turned one of my favorite racetracks into a joke. That was a joke of a race. That was way too many cautions. That was just people not really being familiar with how tricky this track is. And next week, I hope everyone else does better. I don't know if I'm going to be racing, but I hope we do a little bit better next week.
Yeah, what was the biggest issue you found in terms of keeping it clean? Why was everyone struggling to stay off of each other?
I think turn 2 is, at least to me, that is so deceiving. It comes up right up on you. Even before there was a safer barrier there, you would plow into that wall. Like, it was like that on NR2. It's just such a tight exit. And so if you're side by side with people, that really it throws people for a loop. And some of the other incidents were just you just got to be more spatially aware. But yeah, turn 2 is definitely, that's one that throws everyone off guard. Even some of the best will just. I plowed that wall down once. It was on that long run. I was behind Brad. I was like, dude, I just lost concentration and plowed the wall down. It happens to everyone. So yeah, I just got to be more familiar with the track next time, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we're talking about familiarity. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer said he just bought the track before this race and managed to get second, which is pretty crazy to me because I think I've had 5 races on this track and I have yet to finish higher than 30th or something like that. So, yeah, it's a tricky one out there. Anyone you want to thank for getting you back up to P4 there?
I wish I could just copy and paste Jurgs. Thank you, because it's basically going to be the same. Everyone in the Discord, you know who you are. I appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to Jared Wilson. He was wicked fast. Was caught up in that wreck. Unfortunately, I think he would have been pretty tough to beat if that wouldn't have happened. But I want to give a huge shout out to him. Christian Pacheco, your basketball team stinks, and you stink too. Michael Walls is lagging his balls off, and he sucks too. I just wanted to say that one. And yeah, thank you guys for putting on the show. I don't know how you guys found anything to talk about. That's going to be interesting to go back and, and listen to. But yeah, you guys do an awesome job, and I appreciate y'all. And I appreciate you, Traver, for taking my spot, letting me do this race.
Yeah, no worries. I'll just say there's a lot of speechless moments in the broadcast as well. It's
Sure.
Jonathan Parker finishing P4 tonight.
Thank you, Traver.
I've also caught up with another driver. He didn't miss a shift tonight. He had his power, but he took 2 tires. So, Cam, luck just not on your side so far.
Well, at least this time it was my own doing. I mean, I guess the money shift was my own doing as well, but this one I felt like I had more control over. Yeah, another little oopsie, but I feel like I wanted to try something different because I didn't feel like I was going to be able to win from 5th, I think it was at the time. So I wanted to try something different and fueled the car all the way up. And when you fuel the car all the way up, you're not making it past everyone else. So that was my mistake. But I want to take off the driver hat and put on the league owner hat. If you would have told me that, so for 3 races in, right? Daytona winner Oscar Enriquez, he's not full time. He made a one-off. We know that. Next 2 races, Las Vegas was won by Andrew Elias last week. Tonight was won by Cody McCorkle, obviously, and we don't see Cody. In the past, we have not seen Cody run full time, at least enough to make enough starts to make the playoffs. And now he has a win early on in the season. And so I brought it to him after the race, and he said, well, I think I made my bed. Now I have to run full time because he has the playoff berth if he does run enough in the regular season. So if you would have told me that the first 2 drivers to lock themselves into the playoffs were Andrew Elias and Cody McCorkle at the beginning of the season, like, I would have told you you're crazy. Like, you don't expect that. Like, Cody, you've always known is fast. Andrew's had his moments, but like now they seem to be like serious competitors. Like Andrew was fast too tonight. He's had some bad luck, but man, it's crazy what's happened so far this season.
It really is. Andrew's win last week. Well, Oscar's win at Daytona was insane. Andrew's win last week was insane. Cody McCorkle holding off. I mean, just drivers that I kept talking about being these short track aces with Kyle Lamont, Kyle Reuter tried to get up there as well. Josh Arnold, not really a short track ace, but was mixing it up there. I mean, these are guys that, show up and they're fast. And Cody McCorkle able to hold them off. It's been a very impressive start to the season. And Cam, I know these are, same guys that have been around for a while. And then we've got a lot of new guys as well. Juergensmeyer and a ton of more names. But Cam, this season is shaping up to be probably the best season that BSR AMSOIL Truck Series has had.
Yeah, and of course you want to say that for every next season, right? You want to say this season that we're in is the best season ever, but obviously we're still very early into the season. But we've had 2 first-time winners and 1 first-time winner on a non-plate track with Cody tonight, and a lot of our talk amongst the drivers last season was that there's already a lot of parity, especially after the alien, as you call him, wasn't able to run full-time. But that opened the door for a lot more winners, and now we've had 2 winners who we've never seen win before, as I just said, and then now Cody will very likely race into the playoffs. And it's, you don't have your usual suspects locked in yet, and you start to get concerned because while there's, I believe, we have 14 races total in the regular season, 10 make it into the playoffs. So obviously you think that some people are going to win multiple times, so there's not going to be, 10 or more than 10 different winners. But there is a chance, and with all the parity we have, it's very possible. So that'll be something to watch out for. One other thing I want to talk about real quick, and Josh, I was feeling for you a little bit. I love Cody McCorkle. Love him. He's so much fun to race against. So happy for him to win this race. I am equally feeling just as bad for Josh Arnold. I was racing with him tonight a little bit, especially towards the end of that last long run. He was by far the best, I thought, on the long run. At some points in the race, I could keep up with him, but that last run, he took off, thought he was going to go get it, and just fell short again. And it's become one of those things where it's like, where or when is he finally going to break through? There's definitely a few drivers, I feel like, that were saying that, and he's definitely one of them. And this season especially, he's been there at the end in like every race, I feel like. Honestly, don't remember too much about last week, but I know Daytona, he was leading on the last lap, got turned. Tonight, he didn't lead all the laps like Cody did, but he was just as fast, if not faster. So one of these days he's going to break through. And I know you were probably feeling a little bit of pain there as the PBR team owner, but man, he's going to break through one of these days. And also a little shout out to another PBR driver, Nathan Lehman. He was probably not quite on the same level as Josh Arnold, but he was right there. And I had a heck of a time holding him off on that last long run. And so he's the one to watch out for too, I think. So, Josh, you got a nice little group you're forming right now.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun battle to watch between you and Lehman and PBR. Top three finishers: P5 for Nathan Lehman, P8 for Locklear, and P9 for Jonathan Canfield. So 3 drivers inside the top 10 from PBR, and yeah, it was gutting to see Arnold have that moment. But I'm excited for McCorkle. He's a pretty cool guy to race around, and though he's not on my team, still great to see him win. So, Traber, it was a fun race. Long one, but it's pretty fun. And, I know you're not around much. You don't really know too much about some of these guys. First of all, thank you for helping out last night, and thank you for helping out tonight as well. But just, these past couple of nights, it's been a lot of fun. We've seen some really fun, intense racing. What's it been like for you last couple nights in the JCTV booth?
I mean, we had polar opposite races there. We had Chicagoland with only 2 yellows, and tonight with about 1 million. So we had some green flag runs here and there, but yeah, it was a lot of wrecks tonight, and a lot of single file too. I was little wrong with my prediction that you might be able to pass. Turns out you can't. But that just goes to show how much I know about Rockingham. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun up in the booth, man. We've got we've had a lot of action, had a lot of things to talk about, which is all you can ask for as a broadcaster, I'd say.
Yeah, we need to get you a full-time show. Pretty good at doing this up here, but no, I appreciate whenever you're able to help out. And past couple of nights, once again, thank you so much. Let's see, before I forget, so we've got Monday night, TNR starts up, I believe. Going to be a doubleheader at Atlanta. Pretty excited for that. Tuesday night, going to be the dual races for the Slide Job Racing League. Before they take on their season opener, the iRacing.Funny 250. Then I believe we're going to be off. We will be Friday and Saturday night. Myself, Dawson, will be in Florida for Rolex 24. And so our next broadcast after Slide Jobs Duels will be right back at TNR the week after. And I have no idea where they're going to be at. So, that's going to do it from us here. Fastlane 200 at Rockingham. Blazer Sim Racing AMSOIL Truck Series. And on behalf of Traver Burns and the entire outstanding crew at JCTV, I'm Joshua Coppernell signing off. Thanks so long, and we will see you next time.